degrees and I'm peppermint. Running back up. Some nigga who she don't know how to act up. Asian, white, Latino, and black up. It's only one, even doing this track. Running back up. Some nigga who she don't know how to act up. Asian, white, Latino, and black up. It's only one, even doing this track.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I'd rather get it out the mud than get it for free. I'd rather settle it up front than run and retreat. I son these niggas just for fun, no need for caprice. And if you tell me that I'm done, you must think I'm deceased. With every breath I take, I'm taking it further. Fuck the world a couple times and deserter. Killing niggas off with every word. I'm talking first degree murder. Just sit back, relax, be the observer. See niggas really want me out of line. I'm seeing the signs. Every time I speak what's on my mind, I'm reaching divine. No, I need my mental realign, so I'm taking my time. But I can't let these people just define what they don't understand. I'm a real nigga, it's deep in my veins. And if you cut me open right now, you'd understand the reason I speak with the pain. I know a lot of people seek my defeat and it's strange, cause they gon' be the real reason I peak with the fame. All these opinions from people who never made it, I truly would rather speak with the greatest. I'm talking Drake, Cole, and Lil Wayne. Man, I know I ain't famous, but I'ma make them seek me out when they play this. The name is King Art, reppin' that Southeast. Niggas always doubt me, but I keep it real. Other niggas hella mouthy. Pillow talking niggas always saying shit about me. Every time we bring it up, the conversation get cloudy, so I learn to move different. I never ask for permission, only forgiveness from the people who would choose to listen. A lot of niggas turn their back, I guess they mood switching. I tried to hold it all in, but man, it's too tempting. Listen, we don't compare, I thought you knew different. I thought you knew better than this, I guess you fools slipping. See, jealousy gon' take control and have you tomb digging. And we gon' leave you in that bowl like the spoon missing.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Up to Speed with Tripp Simpson. I am your host, Tripp Simpson, in the building.
The first of his name, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm.
Simpson, eh? Well, judging by his outlandish attire, he's some sort of free-thinking anarchist.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, first and foremost, before we get into today's live stream, you know we gotta handle business. Let's get it.
Family moving up in the business. I know you're gonna look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right, I am not invisible. So if you're watching live on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and select all. If you're watching live on Twitter, hit that like button, hit that retweet button. If you're watching live on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button. If you're watching live on Twitter, please do the same. All right. So, I got a lot I want to talk about today. Well, really only two topics. But my main topic is going to be a little long. Pause.
I got that thug in love.
But before we get into tonight's main topic, I want to briefly discuss this crazy ass situation that happened in Chicago recently. Yes, Chicago. So, a Lash technician's car was set on fire by a disgruntled customer. Yes, that's right. The customer set the Lash technician's car on fire. Let's get to this article. We got to discuss this real quick, and then we'll move on. All right, where's this shit at? Here we go. All right, so client set Chicago Lash technician's car on fire after she could not get an appointment. A Chicago Lash tech took to her Instagram to share footage of her car allegedly set on fire by a disgruntled client. Marcella Orr shared screenshots of text messages where she made it clear to the woman that she could not take her that day. The client claimed she was desperate for an appointment and showed up to Marcella's studio, hoping she would squeeze her in. Marcella told her she had clients she was already servicing and eventually said she was not going back and forth on text. All right, so that's pretty much what happened. Now, here's a video, I think, of the actual act of her setting the car on fire. This is crazy. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Let me show y'all that one more time. Hold on. It's taking me to an Instagram page. All right, here we go. Can y'all see that? All right. So that's her setting the car on fire. This is what it looked like from another angle. Insane. Insane. Insane, bro. So let's get to some of these text messages. So this is what she wrote to her. She says, "Can you come in this morning?" And she says, "Can I come tomorrow or tonight?" She says, "I got clients in the AM and got 5+ tonight. Am I come now? Can I come now?" I guess that's what she meant to put. "Please, it's Easter." She said, "I had to move my Friday clients to today." She says, you taking the baby something?" She says, "Nope, coming back Sunday." "Oh, are you taking the baby out of town?" "Nope, coming back Sunday." Then she texts, "I don't like your fake ass. I'm outside. Is somebody in the chair?" She says, "Unfortunately, yes." "Can I be next? I'ma sit outside." She says, "I told you I have clients back to back." "Okay, you told me come still, so if the next not here, can I be next?" Then she says, "That's how you do anyways. Hello? Is the next person here? If not, I can go. Hello?" She's crazy. She says, I just drive an hour." "What is you saying?" "I'm not finna keep texting you." "That's what I'm saying. My next client is here." "Okay, after her. Sella, don't piss me off tonight. You gonna be pissed too. You walkie ass B. What the F is wrong with you when it comes to me? B, if you don't never want to do my SHIT again, say that, B. I just went a month without lashes. I can't go more. You weird as F. You got something you want to get off your chest, B? What the F? On L'Oreal, every time it's to do my lashes, you do some lame ass SHIT. So then she texts her, "My next client is here." So this is her next client in the seat. She says, "You just came back saying you're sorry, B. How you not gonna move like this again? And here you go again. F you feeling yourself. What the F? I got 2 clients here already and I'm pulling up, really not finna go back and forth. Shawl, not, I don't know what that means. So you doing my lashes or not? You doing my lashes or not? Matter of fact, I don't need no response. I don't want my shit done. But I gave you a pass for playing with me. Cause, you see? I gave you a pass for playing with me because I was pregnant. Your ass don't get no pass this time, B. You just had me drive here like I'm a goofy. This not that bitch on L'Oreal. Look how you talk to a motherfucker, please. Okay, so she went on with it. So that was the text exchange. And let's go back. Let's go back one more time. Yeah, she did that. She came to her house. See what else we got here. Oh, and then look, and when she did it, I think this is the girl who did it. So she actually posted to her Instagram on LA. I'm at my top without ungrateful HOEs. I be putting everything on. Keep it 100. I put everybody in the rack 90% on seller. Wasn't nobody going to you for real. I turned you up so much. So basically she's saying she helped her blow up. So, and then this is what she wrote after she burnt up her car, which is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely. But honestly though, is anybody surprised at this point? Is anybody surprised at this point? See, this type of bad behavior is rewarded for women in the black community. See, most of these chicks have a healthy diet of Baddies East, loving hip hop, basketball wives, and also a wide assortment of ratchet ass female rappers to look up to. Look at Blueface's baby mama for an example. What's her name again? Blueface. Krishan Rock. Look at Krishan Rock. Krishan Rock is constantly shown fighting, cursing, and destroying people's property. But somehow, some way, she's never served any time in prison. See, this type of shit subconsciously gives these women the notion that there's no consequences for your extreme, emotionally driven actions. That's why I tell y'all, fellas, if your life is going good, stay away from hood chicks. Like, there's a metric I like to use when picking women who I want to take seriously. You gotta follow this metric because you gotta make sure you stay clear of hood chicks. You gotta make sure. Now, here's my metrics. If you can tell exactly what city she's from by the way she talks, that's a red flag. If she rocks them fake ass tornado baby hair edges, that's a red flag. If she wears colorful wigs, that's a red flag. If she smokes Newports, that's a red flag. If she drinks Moscato, that's a red flag. If she calls men that aren't related to her brother, that's a red flag. Now, for updates on the list, hit the subscribe button. Our team of seasoned researchers are always constantly updating this list. Now, let's get on to the next topic. So tonight's topic is going to be about this whole epidemic that's running rampant throughout woke celebrity circles. It's called TDS, or better known as Trump Derangement Syndrome. This syndrome has infected hundreds and hundreds of your favorite celebrities, and coincidentally, all the symptoms start to flare up in these people months leading to an election. Now, even though this sickness seems harmless, it has deadly symptoms. Symptoms include hyperinflation, high interest rates, high gasoline prices, high cost of groceries, world war, gender dysphoria, fucking an increased number of people who experience the false sense of being a victim. A weakened military. Trillions of dollars of debt. And last but not least, illegal immigration en masse. So yeah, we definitely gotta cure ourselves of this disease. Look how bad they got this nigga Eminem. Check this out. They got your boy real good.
Start talking about Trump. I get too flustered in my head, and the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way.
See this? Now this is a rapper. Somebody who gets paid millions and millions of dollars to communicate to the people. This man has written rap songs detailing about how he's gonna kill his own mother. But somehow, some way, when he starts talking about Donald Trump, this thing just comes over him where he can't communicate properly. This is Trump derangement syndrome. Check this shit out.
Start talking about Trump. I get too flustered in my head, and the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way because I just get flustered and frustrated watching him play to his base that thinks that he cares about them, and it's actually the people that he cares about the fucking least. If you're talking about his core.
All right, so there we have it. That's Eminem. Eminem clearly has been diagnosed with Trump derangement syndrome. Now, most recently, because this was an older video from Eminem. Now, most recently, I want to show you this video because I wasn't even going to do a show today, to be honest with you. But I saw this shit on my timeline from John Legend. He did an MSNBC interview. And I just couldn't help but notice how crazy this guy sounded. But anyway, I'm going to let you hear the video and then we'll get into it. So here's John Legend. This is a snippet from his interview he recently did with MSNBC.
He's made it clear throughout his life that he believes black people are inferior. Like he believes that to his core, in his bones. He wouldn't let us live in his buildings back in the day. But also, when you hear some of the stray comments he makes, he clearly believes in a genetic hierarchy of humanity and is racially determined. So he is a tried and true, dyed in the wool racist. Like in the core of his being, he's a racist. So I don't want to hear what he has to say about what he's done for black people. He's done very little for us, and he is at his core truly a racist. And you even hear what he says about immigration and what countries he wants people to come in from. They all are very white.
That is true. That's something pretty universal about them.
All right.
That's something pretty.
So, now notice all these rants that people go on about Trump are all emotionally driven. They're all emotionally driven points. And honestly, I think that they're only meant just to trigger black people. But see, one thing they're seriously starting to underestimate is that black folks are starting to get hip to the games. First off, look how many times he brought up race or racism. Look how many times he brought up race or racism in this 1 minute clip. Matter of fact, let's play this back one more time and count the number of times he said racism, race, or referred to it. Let's go. Let's get this played back. All right, let's go. All right,
He's made it clear throughout his life that he believes black people are inferior. Like he believes that to his core, in his bones. He wouldn't let us live in his buildings back in the day. But also, when you hear some of the stray comments he makes, he clearly believes in a genetic hierarchy of humanity and is racially determined.
3.
So he is a tried and true, like dyed in the wool racist.
4.
Like in the core of his being, he's a racist.
5.
So I don't want to hear what he has to say about what he's done for black people. He's done very little for
6.
us, and he is at his core truly a racist.
7.
And you even hear what he says about immigration and which countries he wants people to come in from. They all are very white.
8. 8. So that's 8 goddamn times he brought up race or referred to race in one damn minute and didn't bring up not one example besides the bullshit lawsuit against Trump and his dad in the early 70s. See, it's all designed to trigger an emotional reaction because the left knows how obsessed black people are with race. We saw this all throughout both his 2016 and 2020 campaigns and also throughout his presidency. The liberal media constantly bombarded this man with accusations of being a white supremacist. And each and every time they tried to hit him with that bullshit, he denied it and denounced white supremacy altogether. But that just goes to show you how dishonest these people really are. Every time he denied the shit, they just acted like he didn't. And still kept putting the same misleading headlines about him over and over and over again. Check this out.
That is true.
Check this video out real quick. And I played this on a stream a while ago, but I'm gonna reintroduce it into the evidence because it's very relevant. It's very, very relevant. All right, here we go. Check this out.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Sure. You've got David Duke just joined. A bigot, a racist, a problem.
Would you repudiate David Duke?
Sure.
David Duke and robocalls are out again, the white supremacist movement supporting you. Do you have any words for that?
Well, I disavow David Duke endorsement.
Now, look, watch. He is going to disavow white supremacy 1,000,000 times, and the media is going to just keep asking him. I mean, I'm telling you, this man is probably at least 500 times he's denounced.
Okay, all right. I disavow, okay?
When we looked at it and looked at the question, I disavowed David Duke. So I disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough.
Trump's refusal to condemn, distance himself from white supremacists.
Once again, you see that Trump's refusal to distance himself from white supremacists when he's done nothing of the sort. It's actually the opposite.
The Anti-Defamation League is already out there asking the president to clarify why he didn't condemn white supremacists.
So are you prepared right now to make a clear and unequivocal statement renouncing the support of all white supremacists?
Of course I am. Of course I am.
When Chris joined, we had a news conference, and they asked me the exact same question. I said, I disavow. I disavowed then. I disavowed today on ABC with George Stephanopoulos. I disavowed again.
David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions over the years.
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke. Ultimately, he got to the Ku Klux Klan, which obviously I'm going to disavow. I've rejected David Duke. I've rejected the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan.
David Duke is saying to his supporters and followers, vote for Donald Trump. White supremacists are saying, vote. Do you want those votes?
No, I don't want them, and I don't want him to say it.
And you don't want the supporters?
No, I don't want anything.
What do you think of white supremacists, by the way?
I don't like any group of hate.
David Duke announced his Senate candidacy.
Look up, this is crazy.
First of all, I don't know that it's the appropriate use of shareholder resources.
What the hell just happened there? Let me go back. But look at that shit. Look how many times he had to just keep disavowing.
Let me say this.
Hold on, man. Jesus.
Ms. Henson, how happy.
God damn it. Hold on. I don't know what the hell just happened here. Okay. All right, here we go.
Are you willing tonight to condemn?
I disavowed again. I totally obviously I'm going to disavow.
Supporters.
No, I don't want anything.
What do you think of white supremacists, by the way?
I don't like any group of hate.
David Duke announced his Senate candidacy, claiming your...
Now, look at how many times they keep asking him the same shit over and over. It's crazy.
Agenda.
Are you ready before you ask the question?
Newt Gingrich said every Republican should repudiate this guy.
I did.
Shout out to Olarazi. He says, F the Democrats. Yes. I agree.
Know what it takes.
And I do. Rebuked. Is that okay? Rebuked.
Rebuked.
Done.
Done.
Just to clear it up this morning, can you, naming it, make a declarative statement that you denounce, that the president denounces it?
Racism is evil. And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists.
Do you want white supremacists to vote for you?
No, I don't at all. Not at all.
His campaign is denouncing a show of support from the KKK's official newspaper, as in the Ku Klux Klan.
In the same New York Times interview, he denounced white supremacists. He denounced the neo-Nazis who support him.
President Donald Trump signed a congressional joint resolution that condemns white supremacy, neo-Nazis, and other hate groups.
When he was asked to condemn white supremacists, he didn't.
Lies. Look at this shit in real time. In real time. See it for yourself.
You had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
When specifically asked if he would denounce white supremacists, that the president dodged it.
I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK.
Well, I have to say that it's disappointing that a sitting U.S. president can't outright condemn white supremacy.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
The President of the United States, in the year of our Lord 2020, refuses to condemn white supremacists.
Any group of hate, I don't like it. Any group of hate, I am, whether it's white supremacy, whether it's any other kind of supremacy, whether it's Antifa, whether it's any group of hate, I am very concerned about it. And
so there you have it, man. And shout out to Olarazi again. He says, I wasted my poor earned money listening to CNN in Nigeria. Still, Trump exposed them. Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. Now, not only has Trump condemned white supremacy at least 100 goddamn times, he's also had nothing but positive things to say about the black Americans in general. Trump actually addressed us as our own community and makes it a point not to lump us in with the rest of the so-called people of color crowd, the immigrants, the LGBTQ, or any other allegedly oppressed group. And again, lumping us in with those other groups is just a trick used by the left to justify putting your black ass all the way in the back of the line. But as you can see in the next video, Trump has only positive things to say about black Americans. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's go.
we built this thing. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it.
But you Negroes are sitting back crying about this man. I never ever heard Joe Biden ever say anything remotely close to this about the black community. Anytime Joe Biden talks about the black community, he lumps you in with LGBTQ, with Asians, with immigrants, with immigration control, with non-gender bathrooms. He lumps you in with all that. He doesn't address you as the unique group that's probably solely responsible for putting these people in the office. Let's go, man.
Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? Today we're here to honor the extraordinary contributions of African Americans to every aspect of American life, history, and culture. From the earliest days of this nation, African American leaders, pioneers, and visionaries have uplifted and inspired our country in art, in science, literature, law, film, politics.
Is this the same racist that you niggas are crying about? This is who you are crying about, that you're calling a racist. Just gave you pitiful Negroes all the credit that you need, all the credit that you say you want, and the respect you say you want. This man did it on multiple occasions. Shit frustrates me, man. Because it's in 4K. You can look this shit up.
Business and every arena of national life. The depth and glory of these contributions are beyond measure. You know it, I know it, and everybody knows it. Since the beginning of our republic, African Americans have given their heart, their love, and their very lives to the pursuit. And you know this better than anybody. You have worked so hard. I guess when you get right down to it, we're all working very hard. But the pursuit of liberty and justice for all. So we pledge in the honor of our great African American community to build a future where every American child can live in safety, dignity, liberty, and peace. As Americans, we all share the same dreams, the same hopes, and the same magnificent destiny. We are now and will forever be one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God.
Now, not only did the man give us our due credit multiple times, this man also specifically reached out to us. And somehow, some way, they managed to call him racist for it. But he specifically reached out to us and told us, you know, what do you got to lose? Come fuck with me. I know y'all remember that video. Hold up, let me see if I can find it. Bam, here it goes, right here. Right here. Let's see. Here we go.
We're going to make our country wealthy again. We're going to make our country safe again. We're going to rebuild our inner cities because our African American communities are absolutely in the worst shape that they've ever been in before, ever.
Facts.
You take a look at the inner cities, you get no education, you get no jobs, you get shot walking down the street. They're worse. I mean, honestly, places like Afghanistan are safer than some of our inner cities. And I say to the African American communities, and I think it's resonating, because you see what's happening with my poll numbers with African Americans. They're going like high with the inner cities. I say to the African American people that have to suffer in these inner cities, what do you have to lose? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it.
And there we have it. This man specifically stated that he would make the black community a priority, and he actually did. Now, there are those who would argue that opportunity zones didn't help, but I beg to differ. But regardless of where you fall on that argument, he did what he could on the federal level to help out. Also, he dropped billions and billions and billions of dollars onto the HBCUs. I know you guys didn't forget that. I know y'all didn't forget that. Let's go, man. We're going to dispel all these myths today, man.
Okay? So this is historically black colleges and universities. Executive order. Very important to all of us.
Executive order for HBCUs. This man made this an executive order. And if you don't remember, he did this shit within the first couple days that he was in office. He did this shit within his first couple of days in office. Signed an executive order to pay, to give you uppity Negroes, precious HBCUs, billions of dollars. And what did he get in return? The people who went there basically got defamed because you called them all Uncle Toms and Coons just for going to the White House to get money for your raggedy ass schools.
This group has been fantastic, many of which we were with yesterday, and it really developed something very special. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mr. Vice President, also for being here. It's a very important moment, and a moment that means a great deal to me. This month has been a wonderful opportunity to celebrate African American history and to begin working together to create a better future for African Americans and universities and colleges and everything that is African American. Today we're taking action to help make that future happen and that future better.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this episode, do me a favor, hit that share button, hit that like button. Also, don't forget, comment in the live chat section on whatever you're watching this on. Granted, I am going to give people a chance to call in if they want to call in and give their 2 cents later. I'm fine with that, but do me a favor, let's help feed this algorithm. If you're on Twitter, hit that heart button, hit that retweet button. If you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button. Y'all know the drill. Let's get it.
Historically, black colleges and universities are incredibly important institutions, woven into the fabric of our history, just about like no other. Churches, very important, right? Colleges and universities. Come here. My defender. Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Education has the power to uplift. It has the power to transform, and perhaps most important, education has the power to create greater equality and justice in our lives. That's why today I'm thrilled to be signing an executive order to recognize the importance of historically black college and universities. Very important. They have played such an important role in achieving progress for African Americans and in our nation's march for justice. HBCUs have been really pillars of the African American community for more than 150 years. Amazing job. And a grand and enduring symbol of America at its absolute best. And I congratulate you all to say that. Thank you. With this executive order, we will make HBCUs a priority in the White House, an absolute priority. All right.
Now, we don't got to go through this whole video, but I mean, just in case you didn't know, he signed this executive order and funded HBCUs, I think, in the tune of $45 billion a year. That's what he committed. So, you know, there's that. Now, the crazy part to me about this is that when it happened, like I said, the heads of these universities were called Coons and Uncle Toms. Like, have you people ever seen the facilities at most of these HBCUs? They're terrible. And it's not like the alumni or the community that surrounds these schools are chipping in anything relevant. So why not go to the president? Oddly enough, Biden actually cut the HBCU funding as soon as he got in office. Let's get it, man. Biden cut the funding. we go. HBCU funding falls from $45 billion to $2 billion under latest Biden spending plan. Historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, that were looking forward to $45 billion in funding may be faced with just $2 billion in funding under the Biden administration's multi-trillion-dollar spending plan, a result of Democrat infighting, the Associated Press reported. Now, here's my question to you. If you have a group of people who vote for you at a over 90% rate, what is there to infight about funding their universities? What is there to infight about? I'll tell you what this says. See, the people, the Democrats, who you think are out here fighting for you, really aren't. Actually, all they do behind closed doors is figure out ways to screw you over. Which is why allegedly the worst man in the world, Donald Trump, who committed $45 billion a year to HBCUs, his executive order gets canceled as soon as Biden gets in. Now it's $2 billion. But let's keep reading. The $3.5 trillion bill, $3.5 trillion, was set to include $45 billion for HBCUs and other minority-serving institutions. But the newest iteration of the bill allots only $2 billion for educational programs and infrastructures of HBCUs. That amount could even be reduced to competitive grant funding instead of direct funding to the schools. Harry L. Williams, president of the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, which represents public HBCUs, stressed the importance of the funding and the needs the original funding could have helped fulfill. He said, black colleges have unique history, needs, and financial challenges. They often struggle with yada, yada, yada. We don't need the rest of this. We see what happened. We see what happened. We see what they did. We see what they did. So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You guys swear that Trump is the worst thing walking, but I'm here to tell you, Joe Biden is literally the living link between the Dixiecrats and the present day woke Democrats. See, there's a popular notion out there. That says that the parties somehow switched roles in the 1960s. But nothing could be further from the truth. The Democrats just got smarter about their racism. The only difference is that these new school Democrats screw you over behind your back instead of in your face, how the old school Democrats used to do. Now, here's an example. This next video I'm going to show you pretty much shows how the transition happened. This is Joe Biden admitting to being trained by Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond was a Democratic senator who was pretty much Martin Luther King's arch enemy. But this is but Joe Biden is a protege of him. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, man.
Thank you, Horace. That's a very nice introduction. It could have been shortened a great deal by saying Joe Biden is here tonight. He works for Strom Thurmond.
Nah, we gonna let Biden cook though. We gonna let Biden cook.
I cannot get over, and literally, if some of you who've watched on CNN broadcast various Judiciary Committee hearings, I have been so conditioned by Senator Thurmond that I still refer to him as Mr. Chairman, and
I have been so conditioned by Senator Thurman, I still refer to him as Mr. Chairman. Listen to this man talk.
I'm the chairman. I don't know quite when I'll grow up to realize I really am the chairman, and Strom is not. I suspect Strom will never let that happen. So now I'm back at it again, and I have checked in not with my doctors, but with Strom Thurmond to find out what medicinal remedies I should undertake, and he has given me an entire diet. He has told me exactly what to do, and one of the most important things he said to do is have more children. We are negotiating that at this moment with my wife, so my health is still in doubt. I guess I shouldn't kid so much about and with Strom. I came to the United States Senate, a 29-year-old fella, out of the civil rights movement, a public defender, and turns out one of my closest friends ends up being Strom Thurmond.
One of his closest friends is Strom Thurmond. Now, y'all didn't even peep the cap because Biden is a funny guy, right? You see how he just said coming out of the civil rights movement? He just said he came out of the civil rights movement, right? He said that. Y'all heard it. And then he said Strom Thurmond was his best friend. Let me see if I can find this video where he admits to not being a part of the civil rights movement. Give me a second. Bear with me, people. It's just me. It's a one-man show, but I'm gonna find this video. Give me 1 second. And I'm gonna show you how much of a liar this dude is. Show you how much of a liar this dude is. All right, bam, I found it. Let's go.
When I marched in the civil
Out of the race for 2020 this morning, and
I don't know what just happened. All right, hold on.
Thank you.
Well, you.
Hold on.
There's many women that.
Thank you. Out of the race for 2020.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
Check this out. Check this out.
When I was 17 years old, like many of you, I participated in sit-ins to desegregate the restaurants and movie houses of Wilmington, Delaware. I came out of the civil rights movement. I was one of those guys that sat in and marched and all that stuff. During the 60s, I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement. I was not an activist.
Now let's go back. Let's go back because we're not crazy. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. All right, here's what he just said.
Of the civil rights movement, a public defender out of the civil rights movement, about and with Strom.
Peep gang.
I came to the United States Senate, a 29-year-old fella, out of the civil rights movement, a public defender.
All right, now let's go back. Let's listen to this one more time. Let's go.
During the 60s, I was, in fact, very concerned about the civil rights movement. I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else. I was a suburbanite kid who got a dose of exposure to what was happening to black Americans when I'm in my own city.
So, I mean, look, as we can see, Joe Biden's a liar. So, I mean, like, there's so much video on this dude. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand how people just can't see through this. Like, Joe Biden's so bad. Biden also gave the eulogy for well-known, staunch, racist, and former KKK member, Senator Robert Byrd. I know Senator Byrd. I think his first name was Robert. But Joe Biden gave this motherfucker's eulogy. You don't believe me? Let's go to it. I got that video too. Video's on deck. Here we go. Here's Joe Biden. Here's Joe Biden giving the eulogy for Senator Robert Byrd.
As also
Democrat, West Virginia.
know to Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. But to me, and many people here today, like guys I see, Bill Bradley and Jim Sasser, who've long left the Senate for greener pastures, and I hope better remuneration. We used to kid about that too, but for a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
He was a friend, a mentor, and a guide. A former member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Take the weed and leave the money now.
Take the what and left the what? Former member of the Ku Klux Klan. As a matter of fact, Senator Byrd, George Wallace, the racist governor out of, I can't remember what state that was, Jefferson Davis, the leader of the Confederacy, Strom Thurmond, the founders of Planned Parenthood, and the founders of the KKK were all Democrats. They were all Democrats, but you Negroes love them. Now, Biden, as we've discussed many times on this show, Biden was the author of the 94 crime bill, which imprisoned millions of black men for nonviolent crimes with over-the-top sentencing guidelines. Niggas.
Now to the race for.
Niggas conveniently forget about that too.
Senator John McCain returned.
I don't know what's going on with this damn background video, but we gonna get this together. But yeah, niggas forget about that. Niggas forget about that. Niggas forget that this is Joe Biden. Let's go.
Biden crime bill, the Biden crime bill. The Biden crime bill. Hell, we've had crime bills coming out our ears. Every major crime bill since 1976, every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden.
But if you ask niggas like Jay-Z and the rest of the prison reform crew, this is the nigga to vote for in 2020 and in 2024. This is who they voting for. This is who they voting for. Let's go back, man. Let's go back, cause man, this gonna have to sink in. It's gonna have to sink in. Let's go, man.
Biden crime bill, the Biden crime bill. The Biden crime bill. Hell, we've had crime bills coming out our ears. Every major crime bill since 1976, every minor crime bill has had the name of the Democratic senator from the state of Delaware, Joe Biden. You got a gun, you commit a felony, 10 years. We already have it 5 years. Minimum mandatory. Judge can't say, you had it in your pocket, you never intended to use it, we're only going to give you 1 year. Judge has to say 5 years. Well, he wants to make it 10 or 20 or 60. We can work that out.
remembers.
Let's go.
Take the weed and leave the money now.
The king in the north. The king in the north. Let's go. The North remembers. Let's get it.
He wanted to remove judicial discretion for those who, quote, don't meet the middle-class criteria of susceptibility to rehabilitation.
They are beyond the pale, many of those people. They literally have not been socialized. They are in jail. Away from my mother, your husband, our families.
The Biden-Thurmond Violent Crime Control Act of 1991 would have increased...
Did you hear that? The what? The Biden-Thurmond, as in Strom Thurmond. The Biden-Strom Thurmond Democratic Violent Crime Control Act of 1991.
The North remembers.
Let's go.
It's the maximum sentence for 44 crimes to include the death penalty.
A wag in the newspaper recently wrote, Biden has made it a death penalty offense for everything but jaywalking.
Republicans one-upped Biden by adding 46 capital crimes.
I'm going to make it for 46 crimes. Biden says make it for 51. We're going to get tough.
So he proposed 53. Then he presented the final version of the legislation.
60 new death penalties, brand new, 60. There are 70 additional enhancements of penalties, i.e., you go to jail longer.
After his disastrous 1987 presidential campaign, Biden had staged his political comeback, in part by becoming a media darling on issues of policing and crime. And he led the fight to pass the landmark 1994 crime bill under Bill Clinton.
When I wrote the original bill that started this whole process, the so-called Biden crime bill, I didn't call a liberal confab and write it. I didn't call any big society people and write it. I called the cops.
A Democratic president wants 100,000 cops. A Democratic president wants to build 125,000 new prison cells.
I swear to you, if they had this much video on Trump, this shit would be playing nonstop 24/7 on every news cycle. Biden said all of this shit and it's readily available to the public. But somehow, some way, Trump's the racist. Yo, Joe Biden literally said back in the 70s, when he was asked about desegregation, like and busing, right? He basically said he doesn't want his children integrating into a jungle. That's literally what he said. And he's never apologized for it, which I don't think he should. I don't think he should. I wouldn't apologize for it. Motherfucker said what was on his mind. I ain't mad when a nigga say what's on his mind. But now you people want to act like this is the second coming of Christ. Just because he's going against Trump. Just because he's going against Trump. But Trump ain't never said no crazy shit like this. The worst thing Trump ever said, and I wouldn't even call it worse, because when it comes to the Central Park 5, I've seen the tapes. I've seen the niggas' confessions in front of their parents. Some of them in front of lawyers. Them niggas confessed. They did it. And they not only raped that one woman that night, they also committed multiple other assaults that night. But that's a whole nother story. Right? So you want to bash Trump for being mad at the Central Park 5, a group of niggas who confessed to the crimes they were accused of. Right? But Biden is literally telling you he wrote all of the unjust laws throwing non-violent offenders in jail for life. He wrote them. He wrote, and he bragged about it. He looked like Ric Flair out there talking about it. Whoa, whoa, life, death penalty. He out there bragging about it. Man, you niggas are crazy, bro. Let's go, man.
That's the secret. That somehow the Republicans tried to make the crime bill tougher. I say poppycock. They didn't make anything tougher. I wrote that bill.
He convinced Republicans to support urban community programs as a way to keep inner city kids away from respectable families.
They started looking at it and found out that this midnight basketball isn't getting them together a bunch of jive folks who are black, white, and Hispanic, who live in their city to do, try to see if they can be Michael Jordan. When they found out, they were keeping schools open. So gangs come off streets instead of out raping my mother, marauding me.
The North remembers.
You hear this? Let's go. I'm gonna let it play. Let's go.
Robbing the local store. They're in a gymnasium, and my daughter will be safer. My wife will be safer. My mother will be safer, and I will be safer. And I will be happy.
Oh, shit. Now, not only is Biden responsible for the 94 Crime Act, he's also responsible for other fucking unjust laws. Most notably, the 86 Drug Abuse Act, which basically gave you way more time for possession of actual crack rock than you would get for possession of the same amount of powder cocaine. That's right.
Never again.
That was Biden. So all you niggas riding with Biden, this is him. Joe Biden's long record supporting the war on drugs and mass incarceration explained. Now I'm just gonna skip down. I want to just get to some of the major laws just to show you what he's been responsible for. So the 1984 law, spearheaded by Biden and Strom Thurmond, expanded federal drug trafficking penalties and civil asset forfeiture, which allows police to seize and absorb someone's property, whether cash, cars, guns, or something else, without proving the person is guilty of a crime. Joe Biden. The Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986, which I just mentioned. This law sponsored the This law sponsored the partly written by Biden, ratcheted up penalties for drug crimes. It also created a big sentencing disparity between crack and powder cocaine. Even though the drugs are pharmacologically, I fucked that word up, similar, the law made it so someone would need to possess 100 times the amount of powder cocaine to be eligible for the same mandatory minimum sentence for crack. Since crack is more commonly used by Black Americans, life sentencing disparities help fuel big racial disparities in incarceration.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm talking about?
Now this particular law is interesting because Biden's son, as we all know, is a known crackhead. He's a known crackhead. Matter of fact, a bag of cocaine was just recently found in the lawn at the White House, or in some, I don't know, maybe it wasn't the lawn, but it was found on the White House grounds. Nobody was thrown in jail for that. Well, let's go. He's also responsible for the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1988, a law co-sponsored by Joe Biden that strengthened prison sentences for drug possession, enhanced penalties for transportation of drugs, and established the Office of National Drug Control Policy, which coordinates and leads federal anti-drug efforts. He also initiated the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act. 1994 law, partly written by Biden, imposed tougher sentences and increased funding for prisons, contributing to the growth of the U.S. prison population from the 1990s to the 2000s. A trend that's only begun to reverse in the past few years. It's also included other measures such as the Violence Against Women Act that cracked down on domestic violence and rape, a 10-year ban on assault weapons, funding for firearm background checks, and grant programs for local and state police. So, I mean, look, man. Biden is clearly the more racist candidate here. I don't even think it's close. But you won't see any of these woke celebrities talking about that. Why? Because they are intentionally misleading you. At this point, black people have got to start looking at this objectively and make a sound decision without their obsession with race. See, it's not about race anymore. It's about freedom versus communism. And when I say communism by way of the Marxist leftist agenda. But what do I know? What do I know? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you think. So here's what we're going to do. Hit the link in the description of this video. It should be in the description or the title. If you're on Twitter, it'll be in the title. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description. Hit the link. And what I'll do is I'll place you in queue. While we're doing that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back and we'll get to the calls if we have any. All right. Cool.
हरामी गैंग यहाँ पूके सब हरा माल रत वक्त यहाँ आके रती सबकी लाल चिल्लम का टान मारो बॉम्ब वाला शॉट समर और विंटर हमेशा रहते हॉट लॉन्डियों को भाव नहीं सकती अपना स्वैग में भी आके कभी देख I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे black nigger I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger जिगरी जो यार है चाहे दो चार है सब वफादार यहाँ फाड़ देते गाड़ है उंगली करे कोई हमें उंगली उनकी तोड़ दे दूर रहता उनसे जो लोग मतलब में मुंह मोड़ दे भाई पगला गया गाना मेरा सुन वो भी बोले मेरा भाई I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger रांची के स्ट्रीट से हाथों में भीड़ है हेडफोन में बीट बजे कागज में गीत लिखे ब्लैक निगर I'm a black nigger रस्ते पे मैटर है लेते हम क्या करे टॉमी करे बाकी यहाँ बैठा एक रैकर है सांप पर जगह धोखा देते साथ रह करे साथ देखो माया मेरे पागल सा रैपर पैसे नहीं पास में आए होते घास में लगते हैं प्यास I'm a black nigger I'm a black nigger खत्म
Welcome to McDonald's. May I help you?
What's up, Jake? What up? Where's Calvin? At the J.O.B., man. What? He's still flipping those burgers at Mickey D's? Here's your order.
Thanks, Calvin.
He's not tired of that yet. He could be kicking it with us, man. Having big fun. He says he has a plan, man.
Meet the newest member of our management team, Calvin.
Congratulations.
All right, man. Management team. Cool. Yep, I'm part of the management team now, Mama.
Oh, baby, I'm so proud of you.
Don't rip my boy too hard now. Yeah, you're right, because he does wear some fresh clothes. Yo, Calvin, welcome to the hood.
May we help you?
So, nothing much. Well, I'm out. Hey, yo, Calvin, man, what's the word on that job thing? Oh, man, you know, not for me. For a friend of mine.
Yeah, my son so dumb, my son so dumb. Yeah. My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but he fat like Kim Jong. He's so ugly when he smile, he look like the King Kong. My son useless, can't play ping pong. He tried to get a date with the girl so young, but she said hell no, cause he not that handsome. And my son so broke, can't buy the dim sum. Yeah, 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 yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah. He texts Mingly, but she pick me. Too bad he broke, can't buy the milk tea. If he talk back to me, then he get his ass beat. Cause if you try me, then I do the Tai Chi. Just listen to your mommy and go eat the kimchi. Or I sell your kidney for $2.50. Do not think I forgot you got being Chinese. Ancestor look down on you, go say sorry. Yeah, 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 yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah. My son so dumb, IQ 21. He tried to make friends, but they call him Ching Chong. He eat the wonton, but he fat like Kim Jong. He's so ugly when he smile, he look like the King Kong. My son useless, can't play ping pong. He tried to get a date with the girl so young, but she said hell no, cause he not that handsome. And my son so broke, can't buy the dim sum. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb, yeah, yeah, yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah, 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 yeah. My son so dumb, my son so dumb, yeah, yeah, yeah. My son is so dumb, yeah.
Violent crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I opposed defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this message.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It looks like we do not have any callers, which is all good. Going once, going twice. If you're on YouTube, hit the link in the chat, or you can hit the link in the description. If you're on Rumble, it's in the description. If you're on X or Twitter, it's in the title. If you're on Facebook, it's in the description. Going once, going twice, hit that link. If you got anything you want to add, or if you disagree with what I had to say, let's have the conversation. But like I said, going once, going twice. If not, listen, if you're watching on the playback, understand. Of course, this is my show, so of course I like to have the last say. However, your opinion is important here. So, hit that comment section below. Let us know what you think. Also, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and select all. If you're watching on Twitter, hit the like button and hit the goddamn retweet button. It's not that hard. Pause.
I got that thug in love.
Also, if you're on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button. And if you're on Rumble, hit that like button, hit that share button. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful show. And like I said, man, I think we'll be back tomorrow night. Maybe, if not, we'll definitely be back Wednesday. But I think we'll be back tomorrow night. And we're going to get with it, man. So look, for myself and the rest of the crew here at Trippin Aint Easy TV, peace out. Catch you on the next one.
Motherfuckers in Washington, D.C. telling me Trump ain't about this, Trump ain't about that. My boy BD on fucking Lamb running them. They tell me his brother ain't putting in no work. Shut the fuck up. Your brothers don't know shit. All your motherfuckers talking about Don Trump ain't no hitter, Don Trump ain't this, Don Trump ain't that. Shut the fuck up. Who do you think freed Wheezy? Who do you think freed Kodak? Donald Trump, Big D. We got churches in Georgia and shit. I don't play with a motherfucking Trump like that. Mega, baby. These bitches love Donnie, and they know it. Fuck a whip by them, boy. You can get fucked over. Biden and Harris, they gon' change your gender. Kick them out the White House. Harris, we gon' send her. They do it all for Donnie. You boys ain't making no noise. You know that I'm an orange boy. Your clique is full of trans boys. God, y'all some they thems. God, y'all some they thems. Mega, yeah, we right, boy. Mega, we them white boys. Vote Donnie T. Trump 2024. Running the country straight out of cell block C. I'm facing like 100 years and shit. The only way I'm gonna be free is if I win this shit.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With mental expression full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With mental expression full of life. Fresh goes better, mental expression. Fresh goes better with mental expression full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better in life. With mental expression full of life. Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool. With mental expression full of life. Fresh goes better, mental expression. Fresh goes better with mental expression full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
I don't know what chicken. Hey, Cookie, more pecani sauce. Yeah. This ain't paste pecani sauce. What's the difference? Cookie, paste pecani sauce is made in San Antonio with fresh vegetables and spices by people who know what pecani sauce is supposed to taste like.
This stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
Pick up the original pecani sauce. Pick up the paste.
Mike, Francois Botha, 6-1 underdog. Are there any concerns on your part?
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
How about
kill this mother?
Okay. How about the 19 months off?
What about it? What about it?
Does it pose any problem to you?
We'll see. I doubt it seriously.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you, or does it work against you at times?
You know, who cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
Well, for example, rage against Evander Holyfield worked against you.
Well, it. It's a fight, so whatever happens, happens.
Mike, why do you have to talk like that?
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
You know what? I think we'll end the discussion right now.
Then we could.
You got it. Have a nice fight, Mike.
Off.
I'm 36.